What's up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and over the last few weeks I've received some messages asking me what are some of my favorite places to farm in the game that aren't boss runs or chaos chamber runs, things like that. Therefore today, I wanted to show you one of my favorite locations in Crackmass Cove. It's a great spot to hit up whether you're looking for legendaries, chaotic, volatile, or if you're at chaos level 35, primordial gear as well. Now if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, and remember we are currently having a giveaway for an Xbox Series X. To enter, all you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winner will be announced on July 4th of this year. So the first thing I want to do today is show you the location itself, and then there are a bunch of details I want to go over. Now, as I mentioned before, we're at Crackmass Cove, and you're going to go to the Salty Saunter waypoint. Once you get there, you're going to follow the path that you see on the screen, and my friends, you do not need to stop. You'll encounter other enemies, but you do not need to waste your time or bullets with engaging them in any way whatsoever if you don't want to. Now, the main goal is to get to this save point right here, because once you're at this location, anytime you respawn to do this farm over and over, that's where it will begin. So again, you get to that point, you make a right turn, you go up through the ship, and this is where the actual farming location is. One thing I want to point out as we move on is if you notice at the bottom of the screen, I'm doing this first run on Chaos level 20, and the reason I want to do that is to highlight the fact that regardless of where you are in this game with your progression, you can still get great gear anytime. So whether you're at Chaos level 10, 20, 30, 35, you can still hit up these spots and get some really good gear in a short amount of time. Now, another thing I want to mention, and I'm actually doing a standalone video on this topic, but I wanted to mention in this video the fact that you can do this online or offline. It does not matter. I know there's a lot of players out there that are dealing with major connection issues with the server every time they play, so they're constantly getting booted offline. That way you can actually log in offline, hit up this method or any other method in the game, and still have the opportunity to get some really good loot. So anyway, getting back to the footage you're seeing on screen, you can see in less than a minute I was able to clear that area. I faced about 9 or 10, something like that, badass skeleton pirates, which by the way have a better chance of dropping better loot. And at that point I have the option of refarming this location over and over again, which I definitely want to do. Now, as most of you know, you have 3 options in regards to how you're going to respawn your character. You can down your character, but that does mean you'll lose gold. You can also open up your menu, change your chaos level, which will reset everything and put you back at that save point. The final option is fast traveling back to Brighthoof, which does give you the ability to go to a vending machine if you need more ammo. Once again, after that's done, if you need to, you go through the portal and just keep refarming. The other thing I want to mention really quick has to do with the loot luck bug in the game. We all know it's still very prevalent. You're going to see your loot luck change randomly when you're fast traveling. I've heard it happen to people when they change their chaos run, when they go back to Brighthoof. So in my opinion, the best thing to do is know what your max loot luck is. Remember that number, try out different variations, and pick the one that doesn't mess stuff up. Now, I've also heard that the bug is just visual. It doesn't actually affect your luck at all, but I've heard from other people saying that they do see a difference. So again, just try to keep your luck as high as possible. Now, obviously, when you change your chaos level, you're going to see a change in your loot luck. And the main issue I'm referencing, and this is why I didn't bring up, this method before in regards to resetting everything, is when you save and exit the game, that's when the bug really seems to kick in. I've heard people say they go from loot luck level, they have like a loot luck number of 20,000, it drops down to 9,000. So again, I'd avoid that, but most importantly, like I said, just keep an eye on that number. With all that being said, my friends, I'm going to start to wrap this up. This is definitely not the most efficient way to farm in the game. However, I've heard from so many of you out there, and honestly, you're just burnt out from farming the same bosses over and over. The chaos chamber's kind of getting to you. You're in the process of leveling up your character, and by the way, this is a great spot to do it as well. But on top of all of that, badass characters seem to drop some of the best stuff out there. As you see in all of these different clips, you're facing at least 8 or 9 each time you get here. And if you want, actually in the process of getting to this location, there are some other badass enemies. They're a little bit tougher. Again, I'm kind of going for the skeleton thing because I do have a frost build, but it's up to you whether you hit those up as well. On that note, I'm going to let the rest of the video play out. However, as always, I want to take a moment and thank you all for the incredible support you are showing me in my Tiny Tina's Wonderlands content, and remind you, if you have any questions, comments, feedback, issues, whatever it is, please let me know in the comment section down below. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this thing, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. If you enjoyed this, do me a favor, hit that like button as well. But most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.